y'all, this is Skylar with Dancy Ridge Farm. Today we don't have any frost protection for this tray of Snapdragons. Really two of them. Just yet, we're going to. But since they're not being planted out yet, I'm going to go through and snip the tops off. This is just going to promote whenever they are planted that they will branch off and they won't make one big broomstick of a stem. So they'll make multiple stems, which is multiple blooms. But I thought something fun to try with all of these heads that I'm cutting off is to take those bottom leaves off. We'll stick it into another tray and see if we can get them to root. So that is the plan. We will try to do it. Alright, so we have all of our heads. You can see. I know it hurts to look at, but it will be what's best for them in the long run. For more blooms, healthier plant. Doing that haircut. Got about half of my tray filled. Essentially what I did was just I pinched my Snapdragon to encourage branching for more flowers, but I decided to take these cuttings essentially that I took off of the Snapdragon plants and plant them. So all I'm doing is picking one up. This is kind of a long one. Stripping those leaves off and making it a little bit more sizable for my tray. Alright, I'm going to do a quick update. I've had this tray of Snapdragon cuttings on a heat mat in the seed room over there. It's been very cold in there. I just put a heater in. It's probably been like in the 60s in this room. But I just put a heater in there because it was a little cold for some other seeds to germinate. And these were getting a little dry on the heat mat, so I took them out to water them. But anyways, and every time I take them out to water them, I pull one of the plants up to see if it's got any roots. You have to be very cautious of doing that because you plucking the plant out, essentially, you can break off said roots that it's starting to form. But anyways, all in the name of science, right? I've got them out. I did this January 6th. Today is the 16th. And I just pulled one out. I'll turn it around to show y'all. So I'm just have a tray down in the water. Let's see. Trying to remember which one I did. Maybe it was this one. Whoop, whoop. All right, here we go. We've got one. Maybe it'll focus on there. All right, I can't get too close, but you see the little, that white bit. Rinse it off so you can see it a little bit better. All right, come on now, focus. There we go. So you can see that root. I pulled two more and they did not have roots. So I just pulled a couple more random ones throughout the tray and they did have tiny little roots on them. So to keep from injuring them further, I'm going to stop doing that. I just wanted to see if they were actually doing something, and they are. So that's really exciting. We had a bed of Snapdragons that we've pretty much lost. There was a row cover over the top, and when my husband tried to pull it off, it was frozen to the plants, so they kind of all broke off. So it was a little concerning if I was going to have enough Snapdragons or a substantial amount for cutting this early summer. So that's why I was going to take the chance to do this, and so far it's working out. So that's 10 days in, and we'll check on them again another time. Hey y'all, it's been 3.5 weeks since I pinched my Snapdragons, and they're doing really good. I'm gonna turn y'all around and show you. So these are the Snapdragons that I pinched off. You can tell where I pinched, where the side shoots are coming up. So they are all doing what they're supposed to be doing. So it was these two trays. This is the tray that I put the cuttings in, essentially. So I've just been going through and trying to pull up, and this one has a really good hold. This one does not. I think it's because partially the one that I keep pulling up, so that one's probably not gonna make anything. But let's see if I can find one. A lot of these are like really in there. We'll bring this one up. Ooh, okay. This is for experimentation, right guys? So they're definitely making roots. There are lots of them in there like this. I didn't think every single one would take, but a very large percentage has. I've gone through and kind of tugged a little bit to see if they'll come out of their cell. They are looking a little deficient. I just started feeding with fish emulsion. I wasn't sure if I wanted to do that at first because they obviously didn't have roots. I just wanted to water them. But I just started feeding them, so I'm sure that they will come out of that pretty quick, especially since they have roots now. They'll start putting on some new growth. Hey y'all, so it is February 15th. It's been about a month and a half, month and a week, something like that, since I pinched all of those Snapdragons off and stuck them in this tray to root them. And I'm excited to see how many have actually taken root. They've been on the front porch hardening off for the past probably 5 days. It's been really, really mild weather here. I think the high today was maybe 60, and it's been that way. We've had a couple of low temperatures, like the 30, 31, 33 range at night. So it's been really good weather. We're gonna go ahead and plant them. I didn't do anything other special. You can still kind of see there's a little bit of deficiency going on there, but I feel like once we get them planted in the ground, they'll grow out of that really quickly. And like I said, I'm excited to see what percentage of all these that actually took root. This tray I think is 210. I'll have to recount again, but a lot of seedlings in this.
There'll be plenty of guinea crap in there.
So we just got these two beds ready. Angela Joe's been being a big helper. We spread them out. They look really nice and good for us to plant in. Angela Joe's making a little bit of a hole through there. So I found it to be the best to plant in the evenings because it's just a lot less stressful on the plants. You're not planting in the morning and then they have to endure the heat of the day, and then they get a break at night. Just planting them in the evening, and again they have like that time of establishment and just a chance to perk up a little bit before that next day. And planting whenever it's not very sunny, overcast is always better. And right now the temperatures are maybe getting into the low 60s during the day, so it's really not. This is the best time to plant anyways. It's much harder to transplant things in the summertime just because transplants have a really hard time overcoming that really high heat of the day. So we are going to go ahead and get started. So we got done planting last night. They look really good. It's been overcast. It's actually sprinkling a little bit right now. The final results is that was a 200 cell tray, and 67% of that 200 did root. So I forget what that is. 30 of them, around 30 of them did not root. So, I mean, that was basically free plants. I was going to just pitch the tops off anyways and throw them out, and instead we decided to do this experiment to try to get more plants out of it since we had a loss already of snapdragons, and I will definitely be doing this again. I mean, they look really nice. They're a little bit deficient, but I'm hoping that since we have planted them out into the soil instead of being under the grow lights, they will just start perking back up. We've had some really mild weather. This is mid-February, so I think that they will really enjoy this and they'll get to growing. If we can keep the animals off the beds, we'll be doing good. But anyways, that turned out really good. I'll be doing that again in the future, and I hope that this helped you and give you a little bit more confidence to be able to do that yourself, especially just making the most out of your seed packet, and especially some of these varieties that are a little bit harder to come by. Maybe you don't get as much seed in your packet. This is a way to extend that and make a little bit more plants than you would have originally had. So really excited about this, and I hope y'all enjoyed.